Valentino. It's vintage one. So at 10 p.m. I just had a car accident, like very big. Some things that are deeper than, just beautiful pictures and beautiful life. I'm an introvert, 100% kind of deep connection. Why not? Let's go to Paris, Monaco and Saint-Tropez. Hello. So actually this video is gonna be like kind of different than previous ones because I just wanted to sit on the sofa and just talk about the things I want to talk about. And it's not gonna be like very related to fashion or style. I would say it's more about kind of personal things, but I don't like to talk about personal things at all. Like, it's not my thing and I'm not gonna do it like ever. But I'm just gonna touch kind of few topics and what I'm feeling right now. And yeah, to talk about the fashion and style stuff. This shirt, I bought it, it's Valentino, it's vintage one. I bought it like, I don't know, 4 years ago, I guess, in Italy. I don't remember which city, and actually I don't wear it very often. I don't know why, because I'm not like very big fan of shirts, and especially with this kind of sleeves. But so I just wanted, to make an exception today, and I just put it on. And my jeans are from a gold, I would say, or totem. I'm not sure, but I can check it for you. And yeah, so I don't have anything much, so this is it. And I just got home. We went to one of the most beautiful places in Lithuania with my dearest friend, and we so enjoyed this time together. And of course I'm gonna put like videos and stuff and recommendations, what we did, what we ate, and this kind of stuff. There are some topics I would like, to talk to you about, and I wanna, I want that you would know me a little bit better, because, on Instagram or, social media, we all are pretending something. I didn't pretend anything ever. Of course, we always put like the most beautiful pictures and this kind of stuff. And yeah, and I wanted to talk, about some things that are deeper than, just beautiful pictures and beautiful life. Let's move to the first topic. Actually, I wanted to ask you, how are you getting into the new year? How are you feeling? Do you have motivation for the goals you set? Did you do like manifestation or visualization mood boards? Because I did. Actually, it was my first year that I did. So yeah, I was very curious, at the end of the year we're gonna see what I achieved, what I didn't. But I don't like to plan like all the things step by step, because I think that the most beautiful and the most precious things come to your life, without planning, and without some kind of sort of plan. So this is my opinion, and to be honest, this year didn't start to me like the way I expected. It was with a lot of stress, with a lot of work and personal stuff, and minus 5 kilos, which I'm not complaining about. It's a good thing for me. And now I have the same weight as I had like when I was 15 or 16. So but back when I wanted to be a model, so yeah, so it's fine. Like now it feels like things aren't going the way I want, and everything feels so harder than usual. But I'm not complaining about, because I'm staying positive. I truly believe that everything is happening for the best, because life gets hard sometimes, right? So it's all good. I said to you before that I just got back home from like 2 days of spa with my best friend, and we were having like the best time. We had the best time. It was the most beautiful place. And I wanted to talk to you about one topic, is how to rest without feeling guilty, because I do have this problem. And I don't know, do you feel this way too? Please tell me you do, and say that I'm not alone, because it feels like in this world where everyone is like rushing, always doing something, it's so hard to relax, to stop, to be in the present moment. And that's why my friend and I decided that we need to go for 2 days, just to have like 2 days off. But of course we had like stuff to do. We both work a lot, and we have so many things going on, like big projects, clients, travels, this kind of stuff. And to rest is almost impossible for me. And do you know that feeling that it seems like you're not doing enough and you don't deserve to rest? Because I'm always feeling this feeling. Please write in the comments that I'm not alone. I want to know, please. And or is it just me? And for example, do you feel guilty when you're going on holidays, or having some rest? Because I don't remember when I had like a proper like vacation, because I started working at 17 or 18, and I love to work. I mean, I always love to work, but and of course I just can't to go on holidays and just forget like work stuff. And honestly, I don't know how to switch off from work, and I can't, of course. But I want to be able to rest while I'm working, or while I'm on vacation. But I can't just switch off my mind from work, if you know what I mean. I just can't. And this part I need to improve, and I'm trying to. So yeah, so please write in the comments, or do you feel the same way? How are you resting? Maybe do you have like recommendations and tips? I'm so curious to know about it, because I'm so into it now. So yeah. And what I want to talk about it more, our friendship with Rasa, because I know that people are so curious. Sometimes I'm curious too, I won't lie. But I just want to tell you the story how we met, because we spend so much time together now, and it feels so good to have this kind of friend by your side. And in fact, for those who don't know her, but I believe like everyone does, she is one of the most well-known lawyers in Lithuania. And can you believe how privileged I am? Because I cannot. No, but I mean, I'm so proud of her, you know, and we're gonna talk about it later. So actually the story of how I met her, of how we met each other, it's like not exaggerated at all. It was like developed, you know, very naturally. And she was my client, and she messaged me on Instagram asking if I could help her get dressed for an event, or it was like photo shoot, I don't remember, you know. So we worked together on and off for a year and a half, you know. And later I styled her for the L'Officiel event. It was kind of, you know, Christmas party. It was like big event, and yeah, and I was also attending that event myself. I was supposed to go with another friend, but her flight was delayed, or yeah, her flight was delayed, you know, and I went to the event alone. And you know, I will say the truth, I'm an introvert 100%, like. And you know, to go to the event alone, it just hits different, you know. And yeah, but of course I had my makeup done, I had my hair done, so you know, I had to go. But it's so good that I went there, and where I met Rasa, she was with another friend, which also was my client, and now she's my friend. And yeah, and they were free because our third friend joined them. And you know, it was just like very casual. We talked, like we were having fun, we were taking pictures, and you know, but we didn't have like this kind of deep connection, or you know, I don't know, we weren't friends. We were my clients, and I'm always staying like very professional because it's just who I am. And yeah, and somebody said like, let's go to Paris, and I was like, why not, let's go to Paris, you know. And I thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. And you know, the next morning I'm waking up, I'm checking like Messenger, and it says like, you were added to the group chat called Paris. And you know, it was so crazy because 3 weeks later we are flying to Paris. And when we were in Paris, we booked a trip to Monaco and Saint-Tropez. And you know, we just clicked. It, as I said before, it just happened like very naturally. And you know, I'm so happy that our friendship is not like showing off or comparing ourselves, because she is my biggest inspiration, because she works so hard, so much. I work so much too, so hard, because you know, I'm achieving like a lot of things right now, talking about my career. And of course I also bring a youthful energy to her life, because I'm 10 years younger, you know, but age is just a number. And in this life, I'm not afraid of anything when she's, you know, by my side, because I know that she's always gonna be there for me, and I will always be there for her. So it's the most important, you know, thing in your life, to have this kind of people around you. And at the same time, you know, we are so different, because of course we are working in like very different kind of work and field, but at the same time we are so similar. We can understand each other from just a half a word, or even a single glance, you know. Last year I had like a car accident that was huge for me, because I didn't have like car accidents before. And you know, I was visiting my grandpa near seaside, and I was going to Vilnius. It was like, I guess it was like 10 p.m. in the evening. And yeah, I was driving alone, and it was dark, and my car was destroyed. So she was the second person I called, and at that moment she had like a live on Instagram. And she said to me that notification was popping out, and and I was writing to her that Rasa, I don't know what happened. I just a car accident. I'm fine, all good. But I thought that my car is gonna be on fire, because I don't know what to think, because these kind of pillows were everywhere. I didn't know if it's safe to be in the car, and yeah, and I had to wait for truck driver, or I don't know how we called, to pick me up and my car, and to bring me to Vilnius. So she was talking to me on the phone like until the truck driver came to pick me up, because I was so scared. And and she really like was there for me. So this kind of friendship I want to wish for all of you, because it's the most important thing in your life. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for everything I have around me. And yeah, so I hope it was like not this kind of video you would expect from me, but I wanted to talk about this thing. So I hope you enjoy it, and you will find something useful. And I will wait for all the comments, for all your messages. And yeah, so see you soon. It was so nice to talk to you about these topics I had in my mind. And yeah, so see you in the next video.